Hey guys, Carl here today, and we are discussing our new compression kit. So we launched our new compression kit for packs, hunting packs, and our Predator packs. We launched it earlier this year. This is a 6-piece kit that we designed that you can do virtually anything with when it comes to strapping sticks to your pack, strapping your bow to your pack, camera gear, camera arms, extra layers, the Predator packs. We're gonna get into all that, but for starters, I just wanted to show you guys what the compression kit is, kind of how it's put together, and the pieces that come with it. So it's a 6-piece kit, and you're gonna have 4 of these little shorties right here, and they have these little aluminum clips on the bottom, and what that allows you to do is attach it to a pack that has an existing tab loop on it, laser cut molly, just various things. Our Predator packs, they have tab loops all over them. They've got laser cut molly on them. Basically any type of 1-inch loop that you have on a pack, or 1-inch spot that you can lock something and you can put one of these on. Over here on the other end, we have a split ladder lock. So it's got this little split right here. So again, it allows you to clip it onto a loop without having to thread through anything. But it has adjustability on it, so you can lengthen or you can shorten it just like that. To release it, you would just flip up on that part of the ladder lock. They come, with nice little elastic webbing keepers there, so you can manage the webbing once you get everything strapped onto your pack. So there's 4 of those, and then there's 2 of the locking buckles. So we've got 2 of these. Again, they have the aluminum locks, or the aluminum attachment points on both ends. These are pretty much designed to go completely around a pack. This is what you would want to use primarily if you were strapping a gun or a bow or a crossbow to your pack. Might also use it for sticks. There's really no wrong way to do it. You can play with this kit on various packs and just come up with all kinds of configurations for it. Again, we got full adjustability on both sides. And again, these completely separate like that. So 2 of those, 6-piece kit. We're gonna get into it and show you guys some of the options of how you can attach different things to a pack. So the Predator packs, they come with 2 of these malice clips that you can actually clip through the back molly and into a pack that has existing molly. Now this is if you wanted to do a hard fix of your Predator pack. So you want it to be fixed permanently, real tight against the pack, and you didn't want it to move, and you didn't want to utilize it as a compression panel. Your Predator packs come with these, so that's one way to utilize those. I personally I would want to get the most out of my Predator pack and my pack combination. So I probably wouldn't use these. I would want to kind of free float my Predator pack, and that's where the compression kit would come in. We would attach the compression kit to the Predator pack, and then that way we can cinch it down to where it's still tight to the backpack, but we can also loosen it up to where we can actually utilize the Predator pack as a compression pack or compression panel in addition to your pack. So a couple different options here. The Predator packs have these hooks on the bottom. You can actually unhook those and you can go through molly loops on the pack and bring them back to these loops and tighten that down. That's one option. So you can, on this particular pack, you can see we can hook them right here, or we could actually even hook them down lower down here if we wanted to. And what this would do is give this Predator pack the ability to hinge. Okay. As far as expanding into a compression panel, it would work mediocre because you got to jack around with these a lot more. But if you just want it to simply hinge, you could utilize the little 3/4 inch webbing keepers or webbing and hooks on the bottom of that just to make it hinge. But we're not going to do that. We are going to actually start utilizing the compression kit for that. So I'm going to take 2 of the short compression straps, and we're going to hook them onto the pack, and then we'll hook it onto the Predator pack. So I'm going to come down here on the, we could hook here, but this particular pack happens to have molly down here, so I'm going to hook up down here. Now I don't have a tab loop like this right here facing this way anywhere on the bottom of this pack. All I have are these MOLLE sections right here that happen to run horizontal with the bottom of the pack, and that's okay because we can take our little clips here, we'll go through our MOLLE, we'll bring it back on itself. I'm going to pinch this 1-inch webbing flat and then just go right into that keeper. You can see it just locks right in there like that. So there's one. Bring the other one in. Now MOLLE is different on different packs depending on who the manufacturer is. I've seen it both ways. So you can see on this pack, the MOLLE spacing is centered up on the pack. So there's actually a MOLLE loop on center with the pack. Some manufacturers will actually have a stitch on center, and then your MOLLE loops go both ways. All this stuff will work with either one. All right, so we've got our straps on the pack. And now we're going to utilize these bottom tab loops on the Predator pack. So you can see these are utilized for the backpack straps that come on the Predator pack. You know, it comes with our minimalist backpack straps or the aftermarket ones that have the padding. But we're just going to, this is a plastic common loop. We're not going to use it. We're just going to kind of push it out of the way, and we're going to use just this common loop. Or I'm sorry, just this this tab loop here. So we've got our slotted ladder lock there, and our tab loop. Tab loop's kind of the same thing. You saw me how I pinched the webbing. We're going to crimp this tab loop. So what we're going to do is just push and put a little indent in the center of it and just pinch it together, just like that. And then we'll drop that groove in there, give it a little shake, flattens right out. There we go. Come over here to the other side. Again, we'll push that common loop out of the way. Going to crimp that loop. Take our slotted ladder lock, give a little shake. We're there. So we have now attached the Predator pack to this pack. So you can see I've got it all the way cinched all the way down, and we still have the usage of these. So if you wanted to, oh gosh, you could put a camera arm on here. You could put, some guys will actually run the 1-sticks on there because the 1-sticks are so light. There's a lot of webbing here, so this will expand a long way. You can run an extra layer there. No wrong answer, whatever you want to do. You can leave these hooks just like this, or you can pull out a little bit more webbing and put those hooks up into their little garage right there. Kind of keeps them out of the way when they're not being used. All right, so there's our pack there, cinched up nice and tight on the bottom. Now we're going to put these other two on the top. All right, so we're going to take this other compression strap and we're going to put it over here on this side. So the Predator packs have these tab loops on the side of them. Now if you're wanting to get maximum compression out of your Predator pack, I recommend going to the highest one. That way you're getting a good pull angle on the entire Predator pack, especially if you're running it as a compression panel as well. So we can hook in here. We can actually come around the front if we wanted to, and we can hook in here. You know, in this laser cut MOLLE, doesn't matter. There's just lots of options. You can utilize this whole face to hook in, or the tab loops. We're going to hook into the tab loops. Shift here. Again, pinch this together. Drop that in there. This is one of those little tricks. I struggled with this stuff for years. You trying to use screwdrivers and stuff just to get it in there, but that's just one of those simple little tricks that works, just pinching that webbing together. So we're going to put that one there. Okay, on this particular pack, there's actually a couple tab loops right here on it. If I was packing like a huge, big, bulky outer layer, I might use that just so I can get maximum expansion as a compression panel. I'm going to go ahead and go back here. This is obviously a very easy one. You just pinch that together and you would hook up to there. I'm going to go back to this one right here. And this particular pack, this is not standard MOLLE layout. Standard MOLLE layout is an inch and a half. This looks to be about an inch and an eighth or so, so it's a little bit short. So this pinch might be a little bit tougher, but it's always doable for the most part. There we go. So we're hooked up on that side. We're going to take our fourth one here. Do the exact same thing on the other side. Now on this pack, I'm just kind of lining things up and I'm going pretty much straight across to hook up. But what you could also do is, depending on what type of, if you have like an internal frame or stays or something like that, a little bit of structure in the back part of your pack, you might want to kind of go up here to a higher one so you can get a more of an upward pull on it. It all just really depends on what you're wanting to do and what you're wanting to haul with it. So we'll lock that one in. All right. So I'm going to throw a Predator in this real quick, kind of fill the pack out. All right, so I've got a Predator here. I'm going to go ahead and put this into the pack to fill it out. Go ahead and close that in there. So I've got just a big outer layer in this pack just to give it a little bit of structure. I'm going to go ahead and cinch that down. Those are cinched down the bottom. And then we've got our little bungee keepers here. If you're one of those guys or gals that doesn't want a bunch of straps hanging around, just give this a quick fold, couple folds. I usually do like 2-inch folds, something like that, just really quick. I'm just going to tuck that right up into there. So that's nice and cleaned up and out of the way. So I would do that to the other side as well. And you can see we've got the Predator and Predator pack attached to this backpack. So that's just utilizing it, just utilizing the Predator pack just in its basic form as you would use it to haul your Predator platform. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen this up and show you how you can utilize this as a compression panel. This is a Solitude vest, so it's got some pretty good thickness to it. You know, it's you know, not a super light layer, so this would be something you might want to put on the outside of your pack. So we're going to go ahead and loosen this up, loosen that side up. For this, probably don't need to mess with the bottom ones, so we'll just go ahead and leave them tight. And you can throw that in there sideways like so. And you can cinch these back down. If you don't want it hanging out on the sides, again, there's no wrong answer here. It is whatever you want to do. Fold it one more time, make it a little bit flatter. We'll shove it down through here. So it just gets a little bit taller, but the left and right profile gets narrower. So you can see we've got that vest in there. So this will work for anything, any jacket, you know, heavy outer jackets, rain gear, bibs. If you're trekking in a long ways, late season, and you don't want to sweat up your bibs, you can sling your bibs in there. So even with this layer sandwiched in here between the Predator pack and the backpack, you still have full access to your Predator. If you notice, we put these tab loops that I showed you earlier, all these different tab loops. They're on the back side of this side panel, and what that does is it just pulls compression mainly from the back and not from the front. You could absolutely cinch all this down if you wanted to, like I mentioned earlier, hooking those up around the front. But with those on the back, it allows you to still have access to the Predator. You can just pull it right out of there, nice and easy. You see how it still has all of its real estate in there. All of its volume is still maintained, even though it's actually being utilized as a compression panel on the back side or loose up here on the front. The next thing we're going to demonstrate is how you can attach sticks to your pack utilizing parts of the compression kit. So we already have our 4 smaller pieces utilized for the Predator pack itself. So what I have left are the 2 larger ones with the buckles on them. So we're going to use those to contain our sticks on the pack. Now the Skeletors, they come in a 4-pack, so it makes sense. Let's split them into 2 so we have a nice even weight distribution on our pack. And what I've found, pretty much any pack that if you're utilizing the Predator pack, you kind of get this little bit of a recess or a bevel here in between your pack and the Predator pack, and this can really actually help you a lot when it comes to stick containment on the pack versus trying to put them down here on the actual sides of your pack. You can do that 100%, but if I'm going to be splitting sticks up and putting them on a pack, I'm going to be putting them right here. That way the standoffs are a little bit farther away from me, my back, so I'm not worried about them, cutting my coat or cutting me or whatever. So we're probably going to be mounting these something like that is what this is going to look like. So we've got our standoffs are kind of pointing back and in, so as we're walking through the woods, these aren't out here snagging on everything like that. So we're just going to roll those in something like that. So again, we're utilizing the larger ones with the buckles on them. We're really going to be cinching this down because we don't want these to move whenever we're walking through the woods. Let's see, I'm going to run this top loop right here. And then I think I'm going to run probably this second one up from the bottom right here. This is my first time doing this. No dry runs, no rehearsal on this, so let's see how it works. Let me say first time doing it on this pack. All right, so I did the top. In there. And we're in there. I'm going to unbuckle these. And we're going to set these 2 right here. Now you can position these in a couple different ways. I want to keep these things from shifting down as I'm walking. So I'm going to utilize that Dynalock button right there. I'm going to capture that Dynalock. I'm going to come underneath it with my webbing. And that way that'll help contain these sticks a little bit. I'll set there. So we got lots of slack to get rid of here. I'm going to do the Dynalocks on both sides. That's going to work out slick, I can tell already. Down here I'm going to capture just right below these little nodes that we use to get those bottom steps out. Just give it a little press fit in there. That's pretty clean, guys. You can see we're still, we're no wider than the pack at this point. You know, it's the pack's outside of the pack is right there, and we're still maintaining a nice slim profile. So we're no wider than the pack. Most people are not going to be wider than them, and you know, the Skeletors work great on this pack. Any stick's going to work fine. Some just tend to, it depends on really on how the stick is made and where you choose to run your straps across. You know, just that simple thing, just looking for that little Dynalock button right there. That's going to make carrying these sticks on a pack, you know, super nice, because, you know, like if I just randomly ran these straps around these sticks and got 50 yards away from the truck, this standoff would be down here, and these would be hanging down, hitting the back of the legs, could be making noise, but this is going to allow them to stay put. And again, look at what this Predator pack, how it lends itself to creating a little slot, a little concave part there to really seat those sticks into. It's just one of those cool benefits. Wasn't planned on, it just worked out that way. So yeah, it's just a really clean setup right there. So that's the basics of the compression kit. Now I don't have, again, you might want to, you know, do a little strap management here with your bungee and just clean up those straps really nice. But no, this is pretty much ready to go. So when you got to the tree, just unsnap, set your first stick, hang your other ones on your saddle, and take off. And now we're pretty much semi-adjusted. So whenever you put your sticks back on the pack to walk out, it's going to be a lot quicker than what you just saw me do. I mean, that was a brand new compression kit, never been adjusted. This was all first run stuff, so, and it worked out pretty well. But yeah, that's the basics of it. And again, there's no wrong way to do this, guys. If you wanted to not use these two larger ones for your sticks, you can, you know, just come up with a different configuration. Your imagination is your only limitation when it comes to this stuff. So that's the compression kit. Quick demo on how you would attach sticks to a pack and how you would utilize it with the Predator. And again, if you wanted to even utilize more storage, we've got some smaller, well, various 3 sizes of Molly pockets that are coming pretty quick that are made to attach to the outsides of the pack, so you could you know, add a little bit extra storage there if you needed it. So there we go.